Hello and welcome back to WrestleCrack. I'm Nicky Nicolini, aka Mitch Betts, aka the Italian Rapscallion. Today I'm going to be talking about Daniel Bryan's career, highlights, lowlights, all that sort of stuff. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the videos, write comments below, and like the videos. Cheers, see how it goes. So where do you start? Daniel Bryan. I'll start from the start. Seems logical. First time I've seen him, I'd seen clips of him on YouTube and stuff like that, working against different people who I'd already heard of. I thought he looks like a really good worker. Roll on Series 1, NXT. Seen him on that, seen that obviously they signed him when he was going into that, and thought he's going to be the biggest star they've got there. They put him together with The Miz. That was a quality dynamic, with The Miz being alright in the ring, good on the mic, Daniel Bryan being the reverse of that. Put it all together, they worked really well together. Obviously, after NXT, they did go into a feud on WWE TV. Everyone's seen that. Don't know how many people watch NXT when it was the game show format. I'm going to do a special on that in a few weeks because of I think it's strange how it has morphed into what it has morphed into. See, I'm going to talk about that in a lot more detail in the next couple of weeks. But the first series, Daniel Bryan was the pros. They had the rookies and the pros. Rookies were all the Nexus guys, and the pros were, there was Jericho, Punk, I think, Regal, a lot of main event wrestlers who, not main event, main roster wrestlers, sorry, who were mentoring the rest of the rookies. For the first 4 or 5 weeks, all of the pros picked Daniel Bryan as their favourite rookie, seeing he was the best one that I had there. Fully agreed with that. He got eliminated on the show because of, said in a backstage segment or something, or to somebody, I can't remember how it happened, but he'd said that he didn't think he was going to win the show, and because of that, they kicked him out for not believing in himself or some shit like that, and it was just crap. Whether they wanted to do that to get him out of the way so they could have Wade Barrett win it, which he did, obviously, or give Ryback a chance to win it, or whoever. I don't know, but I've really enjoyed the NXT Series 1. Did give it, some of the tasks were demeaning, but give you a chance to see these new talents and see them adapt to different things. Daniel Bryan was the star of the show. Even when he went out, he had a good feud with Michael Cole. Cole hated him because he was an indie wrestler, and he just had it in for him. That was when Cole was turning heel. That was really interesting to watch, and Bryan cut a very impassioned speech on. Go back and watch on YouTube. He cut it on Michael Cole, saying that he was the best for the job, and this is a public traded company, and they should be hiring the best people for the jobs. He was the best person for the job, and he still is. But the word pushing him, hiring him, and all this was really good to see at the time, and it did capture how I felt, and the fan, obviously the normal wrestling fans, felt about him and how they was getting treated. Obviously, he sort of whistled out he went out with the series NXT as it finished. He was coming back in for bits and pieces and angles and whatnot, but then the Nexus debuted. Obviously, he was involved with the Nexus. He got suspended or fired for choking Justin Roberts and spitting on Cena. So he was suspended for that, went back to the Indies, came back for the SummerSlam main event in a big role, obviously with Team WWE against the Nexus instead of The Miz. It was a big role from a big push. You could see then that I did think he was a star. He went into, after that, went into a feud with The Miz for the US title, winning the US title. Done massive things for him. I think without The Miz, he wouldn't be the star he is today. He did give him that push. It's just weird how things turn out, considering he's a much bigger star than The Miz is ever going to be. But anyway, so I obviously won the US title, dropped the US title, then he went into mid-card obscurity on SmackDown. He was wrestling Dashing Cody Rhodes or Creepy Cody Rhodes or whoever it was, and Sin Cara and all the other people down there. So we had to think back now, completely different subject, but we had to think back now that how much of a big push Sin Cara got when he first came in, when he said dim the lights down, have like a special lighting on the ring when he was wrestling. To see where he is now, he's the lesser known of a crap tag team, well, not crap tag team, but a lower tag team in the division. He's the worst half of that when he first came in, and also a different bloke, but just weird. Anyway, back to the subject. Obviously, he was in the lower card, the lower mid card of SmackDown. He went out to win the Money in the Bank from there, which is a massive shock. I don't think they wanted to win the title. I think they were going to do similar to what they did with Sandow, where he did lose his Money in the Bank opportunity. But because of the injuries on SmackDown, the two top guys, I think, were Big Show and Mark Henry. he cashed in on Big Show, I think it was, to win the world title. It was a secondary title on SmackDown. If that title didn't exist, he would never have cashed in. If there was just one major world title, he wouldn't have become champion. So I think that was a blessing. The injuries on SmackDown were a blessing. And he won the title from Big Show and kicked on from there. Obviously lost it to Sheamus at Mania. But just 2-3 months there, starting the Yes movement, bit by bit with his Yes chance and his heel turn and going into Mania. Obviously that was when he's realised it's going to be a big deal. And after that he had his stuff with AJ and his feud with Punk and Sheamus and all the rest of it, and rolled on from there. Got with Kane not long after. Obviously that was, plenty's been said about his tag team with Kane. That was one of the best things we've seen for a while. Really enjoyed that. 3 Royal Rumbles. The last 3 Royal Rumbles before this one, yeah. We had Reigns win, Batista win, and the one before that I think was Cena won. I wanted him to win all 3 of them. He never did. He was with Kane in the first one, but I still thought he was the biggest star they had. He should have won that Rumble. He didn't. Year after, it was a similar feeling when he didn't even come out and Batista won and everyone was booed out of the building. Year after that, he was in early, got eliminated early. I felt like just getting screwed 3 years in a row there made us want to win the world title even more. We're on WrestleMania 30, obviously won the title. Massive moment. One of the biggest WrestleMania moments of all time. In 10 years' time, what a big Andre slamming, Hogan slamming Andre type of thing. That type of moment in the future, and that was all because of the fans and how much it got behind him. And I don't think anyone's going to get that sort of fan support again. I think it was a one-off, and it's a shame that he's had to retire when he has. I think him and Punk retiring or leaving is sort of like this generation's Austin and Rock. I know they're different characters completely, but they both have got the same characteristics, whether it's the popularity or the anti-authority or the big mouth or whatever it is. They have got similar attributes to Rock and Austin. I think them two retiring or leaving early, it's this generation's Rock and Austin leaving before the time, which I think is a big shame, but what are you going to do? I just want to quickly touch on his speech on Raw. I loved his speech on Raw. It was emotional. I'm sure everyone watching was emotional. I loved how he touched on things that he loves about I think he's talked about the Seahawks was a bit just to keep the crowd happy, because I'm pretty sure that he doesn't like the Seahawks. Just from the vibe I get from him, he doesn't look like a football or hockey or whatever sport that actually is type of person. But yeah, I loved him when he talked about jumping through the ropes and feeling like Superman. You never hear wrestlers talk about doing moves and how that makes them feel. That was really cool. About Bray and his family and his dad was emotional, and touching on everything that he's done, and it was a really good speech and perfect way to end his career. Hopefully in a couple of years down the line he'll come back as a commissioner or a GM and do something like that. In the Hall of Fame, he'll be in the Hall of Fame in a few years as well. So I can't complain about anything about his career really. Just a sad day. So that's pretty much it for my Daniel Bryan special. Comment below, like the video, subscribe, and yes. Peace.